Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to talk about 1.5 reasons why I upgraded my KLR650 to the Yamaha Tenere 700. I'm also going to talk about my top 4 reasons why I like both the KLR650 and the Tenere 700 and what they have in common. Hey everybody, it's Johnny Fuel. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about why I replaced my KLR650 with the Yamaha Tenere 700. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 1.5 reasons why I made that replacement. The reason it's 1.5, I was thinking about like a top 5, and then I realized that there was really just pretty much one reason why I made that replacement. But I have kind of a little bit of a secondary reason, but mainly it didn't come down to much. So instead, I thought I would talk a little bit about why I like both bikes, why I like the KLR650 and why I like the Tenere and what they have in common. First, I'm going to talk about the top reason why I replaced the KLR650 with the Tenere, and that is more power. I often think power can be overrated. But there are times with the KLR650 when I would find myself on the interstate for, a couple of hours at a time. And to keep up with traffic, I often had to go 70, 75 miles an hour. And the KLR650 can do it, but it just seemed to be a little bit out of its comfort zone. There's a certain range of torque and RPM where the bike feels real comfortable. And with the KLR, it felt like I was pushing it. Now, I generally avoid riding on the interstate. I find it rather boring, so I look for back roads and county and state highways that have a speed limit of 55. But from time to time you just have to make time, or you might find yourself on roads in the Southwest where even the state and county highways have much higher speed limits. So I wanted a bike that could comfortably go 70 to 80 miles an hour. So that was the main reason I made that change. I really wasn't looking for gobs of power or a ton of speed and high performance, but I did want something that had a little more kick to it than the KLR650. I had a Gen 1 KLR, which I think in many respects is the best one, and I bought it for a song. It was really cheap. All right, and I said 1.5 reasons, so the half reason in addition is the fuel injection. I put on a new muffler and I also replaced the doohickey on it, but I really didn't put much money into it. I did replace the windshield and the foot pegs, but I got cheap versions of both of those. But there are times, especially lately, when I'm going to be riding in different altitudes, and having fuel injection just kind of makes the whole process easier. You can ride in quite a range of altitudes with a carbureted bike, even without adjustments, but you do lose some power at higher altitudes, and it's noticeable, but it is minor and you can get by just fine. But this was just icing on the cake, which is why I call it a half reason for getting the Tenere, but the fuel injection is nice. It runs very well, like all the time. You just don't have to worry about carburetors. Now, I also wanted to give 4 reasons why I like both bikes. I do still have the KLR650. I still really like that bike. It might have been one of the best bikes I ever bought in terms of bang for the buck, or the amount of fun I've had for the money. So that leads me to the first reason, which is the low purchase price. The KLR650 is notoriously affordable for an adventure bike. I bought that one used for like $2,000, but brand new they cost like $5,500. I know there's a brand new one now, a generation 3, I guess, which is I think over $6,000. But still, compared to other bikes, it's very low cost, and I like that. I think you can save that money for accessories or other sorts of things you might want, or use the money on trips. You can save that money for gear and other things. The Tenere cost $10,000 brand new. There was no used market for them because 2021 is the first year they were offering that motorcycle in the US. So it was either buy it new or wait until there was a used market. And that was, it was $10,000. which also, when you consider the competition, it's pretty affordable. You can easily spend $12, $13, $14,000, or if you want to get a BMW, and some other brands can cost more yet. So it was still pretty affordable. The second reason that I like them both is the reliability and the low cost of ownership. Both motorcycles are known for being exceptionally reliable. They don't need a lot of maintenance. The engines are tried and true. They've been put through their paces a long time. They have a great reputation. And so they can take a real beating, and they can keep running. People have taken the KLR650 around the world. They're famous for that. They're very simple. They're also cheap to maintain, and the parts are cheap and plentiful, and you can fix it in third world countries, that sort of thing. The Tenere has fuel injection, so it's not quite as simple if something goes wrong with that. But it's generally a very reliable engine. Yamaha has been using that engine for many years, and so it has a very good service record. The third reason is comfort. I like the upright seating position of the adventure bikes. The KLR650 was very comfortable for me, probably the most comfortable bike I've owned. I did replace the seat with a Seat Concepts seat, which I've done for most of my motorcycles. I do like Seat Concepts very much, and so that bike's been very comfortable. The Tenere, the stock seat, is okay, but not the greatest. So I do have a Seat Concepts seat on order for that motorcycle too. But the seating position in general is comfortable. You can sit on it, all day. I did put handlebar risers on mine, and a bit of a taller windshield. That's a separate video, and I did some tweaking on that recently as well. Both have an adventure style body position, so I really like that. And the fourth reason is that neither of them have a lot of fancy electronics. The Tenere has ABS, which is a legal requirement these days. But aside from that, it doesn't have all kinds of traction control and other fancy electronics that really just add to the cost. It's more to brake. It's more complicated. Some of those features might be really great, but I've never had them. And if I've never had them, I don't really miss them. So it was kind of a good time. So it was a good opportunity to go simple and have a motorcycle that didn't have those features and didn't have the sticker price associated with it. So I do still have the KLR650. I have a son who has a motorcycle license, and he just got it last fall, so he can't afford his own bike. So I'm going to keep it around for a while so he has something to drive. We can ride together, that kind of thing. But at some point, I will sell it, not because I don't like it, but because I really don't need both the Tenere 700 and the KLR 650. They both serve the same purpose, so I'm going to save money on insurance and registration by not having both bikes in the long run. But for now, I do have both. I do have a video of the Tenere purchase, so if you like this video, you can check that one out too. And that's all for now. So if this is helpful to anyone, I'm glad. And otherwise, thanks for watching.